Oh, 2020. You were hard work. 2021 was starting off to be a little challenging as well. Our 2020 chair weaving census was a great idea in 2019, and with everything closed, we decided to carry on into 2021. We did have an amazing response of over 175 chair weavers, and another generation of chair nerds is just around the corner. The family tradition continues with both Dave's and Brandy's families.
In early 2020, Dave's nephew Noah came to visit us here at the shop. We gave him a crash course on shaker tape weaving, and then he started to see weaving everywhere. During the pandemic, he decided to open his own weaving shop in Chattanooga, Tennessee. We're impressed. Let's meet the first of our spring apprentices.
Charlie didn't get to go to kindergarten in 2020, but he got to go to chair school in 2021. Charlie's a really good kid, and it was great to spend regular time with him. We included lots of different elements of kindergarten into the program, as well as some mechanical engineering.
When you move it, you have to move it very slowly, because you see how just a little bit makes it go really fast.
Yep, your turn.
Under, over. And over.
Yep.
That's under.
That's under.
Oh, I need my ramp.
Yep.
Where's
Choose your tools. Nice.
next up? Ramp or under or up?
You decide. You can create your own pattern too.
Ramp, 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 ramp.
Yep, that helps you get it out.
With a string. Over.
Nice.
And here's Charlie showing off a little preview of what we're going to do next week. Half the fun is preparing the frame to weave, and Charlie sure loves to paint. We won't be able to weave on these frames until next week, so we reviewed a little bit of what was done last week.
It's always exciting to get new toys. We just got this new scale, and apparently it holds 1 Charlie's worth of weight. Charlie began helping out around the shop too, and he did get some weaving in. He even knew where to go to check the pattern. But mostly Charlie is a playful kid. Here he is being a transformer.
As we know from experience, it's definitely more fun to learn with a friend. And these two guys were great, even if they were a little distracted by the occasional train going by. Super proud of their work, and can't wait to see what they do next.
Okay.
I like chair school because I like building chairs. Next, maybe we can make a cart out of ropes, and that's is by a toy, and the wheels are made of wood.
A chair with wheels?
Yeah, and maybe we can make a race car out of wheels.
Yes, we can do that too. We have a bunch of bolts and screws and brackets we can use and do that.
Yeah.
What did you make at chair school?
I made a chair.
What else did we do?
I learned about how to curve chairs and built them.
And we did puzzles. Which
Yep.
one was your favorite puzzle?
Cause there one in every puzzle.
Cool.
What about the rope you made?
Rope.
Remember that cool machine? Can you tell me how that cool machine made rope?
Cause there's a thing you can pedal it, or you can turn it on, or electric. Cause that you can put it too much, it'll make not gonna work.
Did you make your stool?
Green.
Nice. And we did some drawing too, right?
Yep.
Some letters. You got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
So, when do you want to do chair school again?
Maybe Saturdays and Tuesdays.
Okay, cool. We'll put that on the calendar. The next apprentice for 2021 is Mitch. He was a student of ours in 2019 and moved to Asheville in 2020. In the interim, we did a lot of remote learning. Mitch was excited to get to Asheville, not just to get out of New York, but also to be part of the art scene. But while in New York, he surely did a great job teaching himself flint weaving from our YouTube videos. He even did the more advanced binder cane. Mitch has been coming in regularly. Having only learned lace caning with us and splint weaving on his own, he did a really great job with rush and with press caning, even jumping into the deep end with this challenging webbing. We're so confident in his skills that we've been sending clients his way, and he's added a seat weaving business to his furniture upcycling business. You can find Friend of Furniture at the Regeneration Station in Asheville. Find them on Instagram at Friend of Furniture and even on TikTok.
Leye joined us from outside of Athens, Georgia for 2 days a week for 5 weeks. She wanted to cover as much ground as possible with the ultimate intention of starting a chair business with her blacksmith husband. I'm really excited to see what they come up with metal frames and woven material.
It's always helpful to learn alongside somebody, so we brought Janet in, who was on our wait list for 2020. She had this lovely curved chair, and it was great for Leye to see not only a flat chair, but also how a curve affects the caning process. This came in really handy for pressed caning, where Leye had a slightly more complicated job to do with the spline. The way the curve is, you have to really rig up the chair, and it's just great to have these experiences while you're under supervision rather than out on your own.
Leye was a chair caning prodigy, really. Her attention to detail and troubleshooting. She not only finished 5 basic projects in the back of a very large rocker in the same amount of time that it would take to do her normal seat, but we went on to explore some more advanced patterns. The open weave is something that we find commonly on old hickory rockers and might look great on a metal frame. Leye did put together this frame in order to learn some Danish cord weaving. It was really amazing how many projects she got done.
Leye did a lot of work at home, too. She has 5 children that she homeschools and was excited to get back and show them everything she had learned. She even began teaching her oldest kids. We were super excited to see on social media a couple days later that she had already gotten business. The last of the unofficial apprentices for spring of 2021 is Becky. She came to us wanting to do an internship over the summer of 2020, but with the pandemic, we decided that it might be best for her to just be a test subject for our YouTube videos. These YouTube videos were very important. They were the draft videos for our upcoming online classes. Becky went through each video and gave us detailed feedback. With funds from the North Carolina Arts Council Folklife Apprenticeship grant, we were able to donate chairs and materials for her to complete her training. But the most exciting part of working with Becky was that she incorporated woven panels into her projects at the Haywood Community College Professional Craft Program. It's really exciting to see woven panels on new designs, especially innovative ones like this. She even did some stitching over the cane panel. It's also exciting to see new interpretations of old designs. Becky is a loom weaver, so she wove these straps and made the frames of these bentwood chairs. I'm really excited to see what she gets into next. Craft for a Greater Good is a project designed by the Furniture Society, working with beloved Asheville to build houses and outfit them with handcrafted furniture to instill a sense of home. I donated a lot of material to the participants of the class and was delighted to see what some of the students had done afterwards. So while the internet was pretty much the only place you could avoid COVID, I decided to do some office hours and some remote learning. And on this seat, the first student was an 80-year-old woman in Wisconsin working on an advanced chair. She had never done Zoom or FaceTime before, but we made it happen, and it eventually became a really fun activity with chair weavers from all over the country logging in. Dave and I worked to create a filming studio in the shop. Our shop in the middle of the studio had some challenges, so we eventually moved it to the back of the studio, and I learned a lot of video editing. Our YouTube channel now has over 1,100 subscribers, and we get comments almost every day from weavers all over the world.
Early in 2021, we started inviting students back into the shop. Everyone was staying masked while learning and ended up with some really fantastic projects. This was great after only being able to host a handful of students in 2020.
Over the years, we have had a lot of people say that they had woven a stool when they were a kid in Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts. They always look back on that memory fondly, and we wanted to give a couple more kids this experience. So spring break was all about the kids. As chair caning is typically a family tradition, it was fun to have a brother-sister class, a mother-son class, and a grandmother-granddaughter class. We are so grateful to the North Carolina Arts Council Folklife Apprenticeship Grant for getting us through a really tough year.
To end on a high note, we were approached by a publishing company and we're going to be writing an instructional manual. We really look forward to continuing to work with Mitch and Becky and of course Charlie on Saturdays and Tuesdays.
Thank you, North Carolina Arts Council.